Your weekday morning just got better. Outkick the coverage with Clay Travis. 6:30 until 9, only on 1420 WEMB Sports Radio.
Yes, it is Marquis Bilson. A reminder that Josh Brown Knock Home a Nation will come on. I still love baseball. I still want to talk about baseball. The thing is, I feel like I'm losing my audience when I talk about baseball because it's like when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling. And, then there was the boycott the NFL and all that. That movement is dead now. But, I think that there's more of a... because everybody's standing for the anthem now, so it's a dead issue. But if the Yankees don't play Kate Smith again, they've come out, who is saying, nobody was calling for them, nobody was going to make that tag. But I guess, I just don't understand. It's bad for business. I mean, that's just what you have to get out there. It's absolutely bad for business because saying that Kate Smith is that singing God Bless America because she had a couple of recordings out there that you didn't necessarily like 80 years ago is absurd. Hey, I don't know. Has David Allan Coe ever sung the national anthem at a baseball game? I'm curious about that. I get, it's now if you want to go into, but hey, I try to keep track of the hockey playoffs for you because I think they are very exciting, and you never know what's going to happen next. You keep hearing that about the NCAA tournament, and then it winds up that the team who was ranked number one all year long in the NET rankings was, in fact, the national champion. I'm not sure that it is a good thing for for some of the results that are occurring now to be happening in the NHL playoffs. The Penguins getting swept. Well, you lose two pretty big stars in Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. Same thing with the Lightning. Them getting swept by the Blue Jackets. Wait a minute. There's a team called the Columbus Blue Jackets? Well, to tell you the truth, if you're in that mindset, you're probably not watching the Stanley Cup playoffs, even if, someone is paying you to do so. But you get the point here. Still, though, there's a lot of surprising outcomes in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I thought there were three of them last night. For one thing, out on the coast, the Golden Knights were just about ready to clinch against the Sharks. But then, well, with the score 3-2 Sharks late, here's what happened. Let's try that again. I hate it when that happens. All right, let's try the game-winning goal, so to speak.
Fleury out for the extra attacker. Sharks leading 4-2. Behind the San Jose net. Archer Silk throws near side Stone. Back to William Karlsson, the shot. Evander Kane blocked that. There's an empty net. Kane skates out the center. Lee Pavelski shoots. Star!
All right, that made it a 5-2 Sharks final, obviously, with the, but now Vegas's lead, I still think they're in pretty good shape, but it's only up 3-2 after the Sharks won last night 5-2. Now, let's go back also looking at some teams. As now we're at 5 games in. Of course, the Predators play tomorrow in Bridgestone Arena against the Stars, trying to overcome a really bad 5-1 loss. And is it going to be Saros? Is it going to be Rene? That's the question now. In net, Rene has made, Pekka Rene, 87 straight playoff starts. But after allowing 4 of 8 shots, and certainly remember Peter Laviolette having the quick hook last year, and that's almost why I think they ought to stay with Rene. You know what I thought last year, what happened in the 7th game against the Jets in the 2nd game? I thought that after Rene, who had posted a shutout in Game 6, was pulled 10 minutes into the game with the score 2-0, that was a panic move, and it showed. And the Jets won easily. What was the final? 5-1. I think it was 5-1 again, yeah. I thought that was where the game was lost. I know Alex Doherty disagreed with me, but I'm sticking to my guns, man. One result, though, that I didn't think was all that surprising in the playoff series, though, is St. Louis leading the Winnipeg Jets. And, well, let's give you this right here. The Blues were down 2-0 before they started coming back. Here's how it began.
To Tarasenko. Down to Pietrangelo, 17 to go in the power play to Shen. It's on. Rebound O'Reilly. He scores! And the Blues get on the board with a power play goal. 18:31 to go in the third. And the Blues have a spark. Power play goal, St. Louis, a 1-goal deficit.
If you're a Predators fan, it's probably disappointing that the Blues win, or even if it's the Jets, that it would come via power play goals, just considering how poorly that the Predators have played on their, not PK, penalty kill, but on their PP, power play. And in fact, when the Stars and Predators played the first 3 games of the series, it was 1 for 13 that the Stars were on the power play. They scored on their first 2 power play shots 2 days ago. The rest is history. The series is tied after the 5-1 victory by the Dallas Stars. Anyway, then the Blues tied it up. Braden Shen scored, and it was controversial.
It's Braden Shen. Sends it over to Bobisher. Up the middle for Sundqvist. Takes it through Buckwood. Sundqvist drives the goal. They score! The net had been moved, but I think the Blues have scored to tie the game. It'll be a 2-2 score. 6:08 to go in the third. The officials are going to gather and talk if the puck had crossed before the net had moved.
Even if the net was not moved, this is definitely going in. This goal would count. But it really just comes down to...
Here we go.
For review, we have a goal. Defensive player knocks it off. Goal.
Wow.
There we go. 2-2
Wow.
the score.
Unbelievable.
They said the defensive player knocked the net off.
So the goal counted, and that led to this.
Trouba run into by Schwartz. That allows Steen to get in. Blues continue the battle. Another 20 seconds to go. It's lost along the wing. Grabbed by Bozak. He centers. They score! Jaden Schwartz has put the Blues on top 3-2. 15 seconds to go in regulation as the Blues check their way to the lead.
And I think that goal might just have won the playoff series for them. The Blues came into the series hot. You saw what that did to the Blue Jackets when they were playing the Lightning with 62 victories, tying the Red Wings of the 90s with that record. And both teams didn't win any Stanley Cups. As a matter of fact, you've seen this where all the teams that have records for victories in a season, none of them have gone on in any sport, be it the 2007 undefeated Patriots, be it the 1906 Cubs or the 2001 Mariners, be it the 73 victory Golden State Warriors. None of them have gone on to win the championship. That's why I think that you're better off with a consolidated playoff. Not necessarily, let's have the 8th place team win, because I really don't think it is a healthy look. I mean, we like upsets, we like the underdog, but right now I'm asking, why did we play the regular season of the NHL if the Lightning aren't in it, but the Blues are? Really? Think about this. It's one thing if they're beaten, I don't know, by a division champ, but I pretty much know that the Blue Jackets, I think the Blue Jackets is what I should have said, were not the team the Lightning were during the regular season. Anyway, the other thing, and this might be surprising due to their injury factor, but was the Hurricanes evening up the series in Raleigh with the Caps, the defending Stanley Cup champion Caps.
Out to second. 32 seconds left. In the second, Niederreiter in front. A chance. They score! Table Teravainen. That's hockey, baby. 2-1 Carolina.
You gotta like that call. That's hockey, baby! That's why I play this, because I do believe that hockey is a growing sport, and if an arena is ever built in the Tri-Cities, I think it'll take off big time. It has in Knoxville. Here's the final call of the Hurricanes tying their series up with the defending Stanley Cup champs.
Final push, 12 seconds left. Stahl gets to it off the boards. Ovechkin cuts it off. Here they come, final gasp. He's run into. Connolly over skates. A shot taken wide. And guess what? It's over!
And that's one of those games also when you have that where you're watching it and it's like, 10, 9, 8, 7, 2 fists going and all that, And so that can be very exciting and all that. I think shootout is a great way to end a game, really, But still. So that's it. That's why I do this. That's why I talk about the NHL. I really think that it has a future. I've seen it take off in several markets when it's been promoted right. And I think that if it ever was in East Tennessee, which is saying a lot, that, it would take off. I really do. We need a new arena around here. There you go. Tri-City Sports Now, and I'll be back after this.
Barter Theater is a world-renowned destination attraction in Southwest Virginia, nestled beautifully on historic Main